Welcome to Switched on Pop. I'm producer Reanna Cruz.
I'm musicologist Nate Sloan.
And I'm songwriter Charlie Harding.
Charlie, Nate, I've gathered you both here today for a very special reason, okay? The ultimate gauntlet of popular music is finally upon us once again.
It's Grammy season, baby.
The 68th Grammy Awards are right around the corner, February 1st to be exact. And I gotta tell you both, this year I feel like the competition is pretty tight. There's a lot of heavy hitters nominated this year. We got Bad Bunny. Lady Gaga. Sabrina Carpenter. Kendrick Lamar, just to name a few.
Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
And generally, you know, I'm against the whole sports betting economy, but I do think we got to lean into the chaos a little bit today. And I wanted to summon our collective brain power to deduce exactly who is going to take home some of these awards before Sunday's ceremony. We're going to do a little bit of betting here.
I believe they prefer to call them predictive markets, Reanna.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to be talking about the big four categories today. That's, of course, Best New Artist, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and the big kahuna, Album of the Year.
AOTY.
We've all picked a nominee in each of these four categories to stump for. I've called upon you to summon all of your pop brain power to figure out who will take these awards home. And I look forward to hearing both of your arguments, though I will admit I'm going to be pretty hard to sway today. On the predictive market note, I feel very Howie Bling and Uncut Gems. This is how I win. Let's bet on this thing. I'm ready. I'm going to win.
Okay, here's how I think the competition should work.
Okay.
Because as we know, music is entirely subjective and it's a competition. So what's going to happen? I feel like we should each present our case for the song. If all of us stay with our favorite song, album, or artist, no points. If one of us switches, the person switching and the person who argued for the other part both get a point.
This
Whoever
feels
has
like a
the
lot of
most
numbers. This
points
is why I don't play
wins.
banker in Monopoly. This is
I don't know if this
too
is a
much
good
for me to
game.
keep track
I'm
of.
going to keep track of these points, and I'm going to declare a winner.
All right. I appreciate that, Charlie. There's a lot of crossover in these big four categories. The same artists come up in essentially all of them, with the exception of Best New Artist.
Right.
So I thought we'd kick it off with an easier argument, perhaps, before we get into the weeds. Without further ado, let's start with Best New Artist. And by definition, the category of Best New Artist is awarded to, per what I read in a Grammys press release, quote, an emerging talent who is defining music's zeitgeist.
Right.
The nominees are Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. All of whom I feel like we've mentioned on the show in some capacity over the past 12 months, so a little pat on our back. But we've all picked our choices to win. Nate, do you want to kick us off here?
I do want to kick us off. Also, I feel like I have to say something about award shows in general. They're pretty dumb. May I quote Stephen Sondheim when he won a Tony for Company in 1971? He said, I generally don't believe in these things, but it's awfully nice to win one. Maybe that's kind of the energy we can bring to this. Okay.
Yeah, Nate, I'll make sure you feel that way when you are up for a Peabody.
Is that how the sophisticates say Peabody? Have I been saying it wrong?
Peabody.
Or is that just how Mainers say it? Peabody.
I don't know how to speak.
All right, stop distracting me, Charlie. I'm trying to give my pick for Best New Artist. You know, I've talked about this on the podcast before, and anyone who's an assiduous listener week in, week out won't be surprised by my choice. It's Olivia Dean.
We could be nice to each other, wrong for each other, right for each other.
When I first talked about Olivia Dean, I went deep into her track, Man I Need.
Just come be the man I need.
very similar playbook here with Nice to Each Other. I mean, harmonically, we have these two chords oscillating back and forth, F and G, just the same way we did in Man I Need with D flat and G flat. That steady oscillation creates this kind of laid back vibe, and it really allows you to just focus in on her voice and all the things that she can do with it. I have to resort to using a lot of food metaphors when I talk about Olivia Dean's voice. You know, it's buttery. It's like molasses. You know, there's a little bit of strawberries dripped in chocolate here.
Decadent.
It's very decadent. It's very smooth. She like lingers on certain syllables and really lets them like take their time coming out of her mouth.
We could be nice to each other, wrong for each other, right for each other.
This is a masterclass in what the voice can do, and for that reason, I find it so refreshing. Again, I put this in the lineage of folks like, you know, Amy Winehouse, just powerhouse singers who you can just listen to for days on end. I'm not getting sick of Olivia Dean. She is the best new artist, and she's truly a new artist. She has one other album, but I feel like she really arrived in a way this year that felt new. It's got to be Olivia Dean for me.
I could see that pick, Nate. Also very much in line with your taste. I would have guessed that you would have picked her.
Nate is a little bit posh. I am once again wearing a blazer today, and thus I may be as well, but my tastes are a little grittier, and I want to say that the best new artist this year is a grittier Brit, Lola Young.
Ah, okay.
Let's hear Messy.
You want me to be, 'cause I'm too messy, and then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job and you
Nate's got molasses. I feel like Lola Young, it's like honey butter vocal. Oh, that voice. 25-year-old Lola Young is the royal heir apparent to the Amy Winehouse and Adele kingdom. They all went to the Brit school. Lola Young, I think, has earned that title because she spent 4 consecutive weeks at number 1 in the UK, the longest for a British female since Adele's Easy on Me back in 2021. On the US chart, she's the first debut by a woman to top both the pop airplay and alternative airplay chart since Lord's Royals. So she's making a really special kind of sound that's resonating with both mainstream and alternative audiences. Messy is this generation's Fleetwood Mac's Dreams.
Whoa.
As if it were made in a bedroom.
Bold claim, Charlie.
I actually think it was probably the reference track because it, just like the Olivia Dean records, it's one of these songs that oscillates back and forth between 2 chords and never resolves back home. Or maybe it does at some point in the song, but the primary thing is just like back and forth, 4 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. And you can even hear this sort of like ethereal guitar that Lindsey Buckingham, like the slide thing that's kind of in the background.
Yeah.
Same thing's happening in Messy. There it is.
Yeah.
Give me some dreams. Right there. So I think that's the obvious reference. But what's great is that she has something to say. This is a song about being imperfect, right? She smokes like a chimney. She pulls a Britney every other day of the week. It's a great line. And, you know, she's unfortunately also living this life. Lola Young had to take a break from touring due to exhaustion and needing to focus on her well-being and her health. I think we owe it to her to give her the award for having put herself all out there in the world. I think Lola Young is the absolute best new artist of the year.
Charlie, I am so grateful to give Lola Young a platform. I think she's amazing. I think Messy is a modern masterpiece. I take some issue with the fact that you stole my description. I did describe Olivia Dean's voice as buttery. So
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh,
and
I heard
I
molasses.
compared it to Amy Winehouse. So kind of feels like you're just like riding my coattails a little bit.
Yeah,
And-
but did you come with the details of the chart comparison to Adele?
I did not, though I did. No one's going to believe me, but I did note that Olivia Dean's Nice to Each Other uses the same oscillating chord progression as Fleetwood Mac's Dreams. In fact, it's the same exact chords. It's the same key, which you can't say of Messy. So
I think we think too much alike.
here's Charlie. Charlie, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Olivia Dean's album is just hit after hit from beginning to end. You can listen to that thing, and it is a vibe. There's no skips. Lola Young, Messy is an amazing track. I couldn't get into her entire album that Messy was part of. So maybe that's a little fuel for my argument for Olivia Dean being the best new artist.
I had no idea this was a debate where we got to refute each other's arguments. Rihanna, inspire me with something good. Let's pick this up.
Yeah, I'll let you guys bicker it out. And I think it's interesting, Nate, that you mentioned albums, right? Because I think one of my favorite albums of this past year was released by one of these best new artists. And that would be the self-titled Addison by nominee Addison Rae,
There we go.
who I think is this year's best new artist. Now, when I said the definition of the award per this Grammys press release I read, it says an emerging talent who is defining music zeitgeist. There's two parts here, emerging talent and zeitgeist. And when we covered Addison's single run back in May, something I made a point to highlight is A, how good and innovative her music is, and B, how much talk about her has dominated my corner of the world. That's both talent and it's zeitgeist. And the music is there to back it up. It's new and exciting. I present one of the best pop singles of the past year, Headphones On.
Put your headphones on. Guess I gotta accept the pain. Need a cigarette to make me feel better. Every good thing comes my way. So I still get
We got hazy trip hop inspired production. Trip hop's having a revival right now, I would say. There's simple lyrics that speak to a generation. So I put my headphones on. Everything else fades away. It's a melody that's been stuck in my head all year, and her album is full of pop perfection that pays tribute to the all-time pop greats. There's the Madonna-esque opener, New York. And if that wasn't good enough, there's the Gaga Britney hybrid contours of Fame, portrayed on the track Fame is a Gun.
I always wanted more. Fame is a gun and I point it blank. Crush and burn, girl, baby, swallow it dry. You got a front row seat and I got a taste of the glamour.
So all of those songs we just heard and the rest of the record demonstrate a deep knowledge of pop music, which I think both myself and surely voters can appreciate. And she's one of very few artists that have really wowed me with her debut record. And I think Best New Artist really relies on making a statement with your debut. Now, I'm being realistic here. Do I think she will win? Jury is out. She might be a little bit too obscure, but do I think she should win? Absolutely.
What a speech.
Thank
You
you.
should run for mayor, Rihanna.
I know, I'm convincing.
Yeah.
Based off of Rihanna's argument and my very compelling argument, Nate, do
Yeah.
you feel like you would like to change your position?
I mean, it's tempting, honestly, more than I expected. Lola Young, Messy, that's an amazing song. Does the rest of the catalog hold up for me? Not sure. Addison Rae, Rihanna's case was powerful. Is it my bias against a former TikToker preventing me from selecting her as best new artist? Possibly.
So true.
I'm sticking to my guns. Olivia Dean for best new artist.
And Rihanna?
All right. So I did really go to bat for Addison. However, I'm thinking of what the Grammys have awarded Best New Artist to in the past, right? I'm thinking of someone like Samara Joy, Esperanza Spalding, that type of vibe. They like going into left field with their picks. So I think I got to give it to Nate this one. I do
Yes!
think Olivia Dean will take it home.
Let's go. Let's go, as my students say. Let's go.
Charlie, where do you land?
I don't know how this point system works because I was going to flip to Addison Rae.
Wow.
Whoa. Twist.
I think this means Rihanna gets 2 points, Nate gets a point.
Sweet.
I'll take it.
All right.
And just to be clear, Charlie, 0.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to
Thank you for clarifying.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right, so our picks are in for Best New Artist. Now we're going to move to the big guys. Shifting gears slightly here, let's look at another one of the big four categories, Song of the Year. Quick reminder for us and the listeners at home, every year we hear the same things. What's the difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year? I'm here to tell you. Song of the Year is awarded to the songwriters of a particular nominee and is to highlight the composition of a track. We're talking bare bones here, lyrics, melodies, sheet music, if you will. The nominees are Bad Bunny's DTMF, Sabrina Carpenter's Manchild, Doechie's Anxiety, Billie Eilish's Wildflower, Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther, Rosé and Bruno Mars' Apata, and Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters courtesy of Huntrix. All of these songs have massive cultural impact, from the immeasurable TikToks to Doechie's Anxiety to the radio and chart success of Luther. However, again, reminding y'all, we're looking at the composition of the song, okay? And so I throw it to Charlie to kick us off. What's your pick?
Oh, this is so hard because the Grammys have two directions they could go here. One is Luther, right? Because you have a sample of a classic hit. Realizing it's not just a sample of a classic hit, it actually goes like multiple levels deep, because they're sampling Luther Vandross, who's singing a song by Marvin Gaye and Tammy... Help me
Terrell?
out. Tammy Terrell, right?
Hey, Roman numeral 7, baby,
So good.
drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd
So that was obviously SZA and Kendrick. The Luther Vandross sample. And then here's the original by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
If this world were mine, I would place at
So
your feet.
reviving a Motown song, man, the Grammys are going to want that. I mean, they love Kendrick, they love SZA, but the only person the Grammys love more is Billie Eilish, and they should, because she's amazing. And by some feat of Grammy rules, the song Wildflower is currently nominated for Song of the Year. I think it very well may win.
But I see her in the back of my mind all the time.
Obviously, this is Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas O'Connell. He's been on the show last fall. This is off of Wildflower is off of Hit Me Hard and Soft, their 2024 album, but the single of Wildflower was released in February 2025, making it eligible for the 2026 Grammys, despite being on a 2024 album. It's bonkers. I know. Nobody likes this. Except this song, I think, has a great narrative. Like, this was not the main single. This was not the crazy success of Birds of a Feather, the really sort of mainstream pop hit they put on the record. This is a song that just slowly grew over time and spent 72 weeks on the Hot 100, actually surpassing Birds of a Feather in its chart run. And, you know, this is a songwriter song. Sort of folky pop ballad, simple instrumentation, a ballad that just grows and grows over time, and it's about a great story. Let's spin
Put it all
Wildflower.
behind me, shouldn't I? But I see her in the back of my mind all the time, like a fever.
The song is burning inside. I mean, how do you write like that? How do you write a song about when I'm getting together with this other person, all I can think about is you, the person who used to be with them before, and I've broken the code, I've crossed the line, what have I done? It's a great song. I think it could very well go to Wildflower. Let me check this. My notes say that Billie has 9 career wins, 34 career nominations. The Grammys love Billie. I think it might go to Wildflower.
When we were gestating over what our picks were, I was very dismissive of this song. I couldn't recall it off the top of my brain, but listening back, it is a damn good song, and I could see it connecting with the Grammy voters. I'm going to jump off of that here, though, and say that personally, like Wildflower, I think a good song is one that speaks simply but evokes large and big feelings. And that's why my pick for Song of the Year, you could have guessed this, is Bad Bunny's DTMF.
Always on brand, Reanna.
Thank you.
Debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve. Debí darte más besos y abrazos las veces que
Since this is a songwriting award, my first thought is that maybe some of the lyrical impact could be lost on voters, and those that don't speak Spanish. So the translated lyrics in the chorus are, I should have taken more pictures when I had you. I should have given you more kisses and hugs whenever I could. Hey, I hope my people never move. And if I get drunk today, well, then they better help me out. So it's simple, but a profound statement on grieving and yearning and place and how all of those are intimately intertwined. Something that I think is very hard to do without sounding corny or overtly sad, cloying. But like I said, I think a good song deals in simplicity. And the chorus of the song is just one part of the larger picture. Most of the lyrics are spent with Benito talking about his friends and where he's at in their lives, where they're at. He references his brother's baby, says Bernie has a baby, An has a girl. It's songwriting motivated by the collective, which is evident by the way the song is constructed. It starts super intimate.
Otros once bonitas que veo en San Juan. Disfrutando de todas esas cosas que extrañan los que se van.
And after recounting the beauty of his island of Puerto Rico and all of his friends, it grows into this grand party of collective grieving. He mentions Puerto Rican genres like perreo, salsa, bomba, plena, all of which connects it to the larger scope of Puerto Rican music, and that final chorus incorporates the call and response song form of the Puerto Rican folkloric genre of plena. Personally, I'm hard to crack. I'll be the first to admit I don't cry while listening to music. I don't cry while watching movies. No other song from the past 12 months has motivated me to tears. The simple statement of I should have taken more pictures is something that everyone can relate to, I feel like, when it comes to lost places, friends, or family members. But it's something extra special, I think, when you connect that sentiment to your ancestral homeland like Bad Bunny is doing. I went to his residency in San Juan, and when he performed this song, I was crying. And it's very hard to make a song sound nostalgic in melody without relying on no shade interpolations or other samples. So that's my pick. I struggle to think of something else that could snatch the prize, especially also considering Bad Bunny's song and album nominations in the rest of the categories. But that being said, that's my case for DTMF.
You're good, Cruz.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
You're
you.
damn good.
When I was a kid, my parents said I should be a lawyer. So
Were you in like a debate club or something like that?
I should have been,
Model UN?
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed. Y'all are cute, but there's only one best song this year, and it's Huntrix's Golden.
We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Up, up, up with our voices. Going to get you so often.
I mean, going to bat for this song feels weird almost. It's like you don't need to go and talk about how great air is or like water or grass. It's just there. It's just, you just take it for granted. That's like golden.
Comparison.
It is just part of the ether at this point. I just walk around and I hear it. There it is playing in a commercial. There's the David Guetta remix playing at the club. There's a little kid singing it. It's the anthem of our time. And yeah, we need a positive, optimistic, uplifting anthem with a driving 12/8 pulse. Talk about zeitgeist. That's like the sound of the moment. It is a testament to breaking free, and it is the sentiment that we all need right now. And yeah, golden, mic drop.
Okay, nice argument, Nate. It is the air we have been breathing this year. It is what we need, but it's fantastical. There is no better song than DTMF, and I'm going to switch my vote due to the Super Bowl bump that he's getting. And I think there's so many ways in which that song and what he's doing in the culture right now is also so badly what we need.
Yeah.
I'm giving an extra point to Rihanna.
I'm switching too.
Weird.
I'm switching too.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't keep it up anymore.
So Rihanna is currently at 5 points.
Let's go.
Nate's got 1, and I'm feeling really good just sitting neutral.
I'm kind of clearing right now. All right, we're halfway through the big 4 here. When we come back from break, we're going to take a look at the remaining 2 of the big 4 categories, Record of the Year, and of course, Album of the Year.
Still anyone's game.
So moving on from Song of the Year to Record of the Year, we have nearly all of the same nominees with the exception of one. To reiterate, that's Bad Bunny, DTMF, Sabrina Carpenter's Manchild, Doechie's Anxiety, Billie Eilish's Wildflower, Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther, Rosé and Bruno Mars's song Apata, and the lone difference, Chappell Roan's The Subway. So, where Song of the Year is awarded to the songwriters of a track, Record of the Year is given to the performer, the engineers, and the production team. So we're looking at how this song is delivered and how it sounds. I'm going to start this one here, okay? This is an easy layup for me. I think Record of the Year should go to Lady Gaga's Abracadabra.
Didn't you just go see her the other night?
Yes, I saw Lady Gaga at a secret show at the Wiltern recording Mayhem Requiem for Apple Music. No phones. It was a beautiful experience, so you gotta believe me.
This already sounds like a biased take. How can I trust anything you're about to say?
Did I see her 3 other times on the Mayhem tour? Yes, but bias aside, I'm putting it to the side here. I'm going to tell you why Abracadabra should win. This award is given to the performer, and this song could not excel in the hands of any other pop star. There's 3 distinct pieces to Abracadabra here that I think are of note and worthy of this award. There's the huge, sweeping, neo-trance chorus that I played earlier. There's the percussive post-chorus, which has some incredible synth textures courtesy of Gaga, Andrew Watt, and Circuit. And there's my favorite part, the Phantom of the Opera inspired bridge. This is my favorite part right here. It's so classically Gaga in the way that the bridge with these beautiful operatic notes leads into the final chorus where the side-chained vocal chops and the soaring pads combine. It's so sublime. And in the production, it also insightfully calls back to other Gaga eras, collapsing her whole career thus far into one song. The saw-like synths call back her 2013 album Art Pop. The nonsense chorus and its gravity evokes 2009's The Fame Monster and hits like Bad Romance. Gaga delivers it the same. Nothing sounds like Abracadabra in pop music, and that's why it rocks. If any of the Grammy voters and my fellow constituents here have sense, they'd pick this for the award. So I've made my case, and I'll pass it off to Nate. What are you picking here?
Oh, man. Charlie, we got to bring the heat here. Otherwise, Rihanna is just going to run
Come
away
on.
with this thing.
Wow.
Rihanna's in their, like, 08 Obama bag right now. Just
They're in their 2016 phase.
sweeping the nation. Let me collect myself here. The record of the year is, in fact, Sabrina Carpenter's Manchild.
Why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be?
I'll start with the production. Maybe some of my favorite production work Jack Antonoff has ever done. On the one hand, it's very slick and canny, mining a lot of the classic 80s sounds that have been in vogue for a few years now. But there's also something a little like unruly and messy to it. The guitars are like always like scrabbling in the background, making these weird chaotic textures. There are these unexpected hits in the chorus after key phrases. There's this really welcome combination of super cagey, calculated production, and just this sort of like messy chaos in the background, which feels very in line with the song about a man-child who's like kind of is presentable on the front and inside is actually just in the tone. Then there's Sabrina Carpenter's performance. Maybe not as outwardly virtuosic as Lady Gaga's, but what she's doing is pretty tough here. She's really playing a character, and she's really like acting in a lot of ways. She's giving you this narrative. She's kind of like casting these aspersions, and there's a way in which this song would just seem really bitter or mean or kind of tiresome, but the way she delivers it, it always feels fresh. It feels funny. It feels tongue-in-cheek. That's a really hard balancing act to pull off.
Stupid. Or is it slow? Maybe it's useless. But there's a cuter word for it. I know.
I keep coming back to the song more than I ever expected to. I think it's the record of the year.
It's very hard to be funny in a song without making me roll my eyes, and Sabrina Carpenter manages to do it. So
Yeah.
I hear you, Nate. Charlie, finish us off here. What do you got?
She is so funny. And leave it to a Manchild to make an argument for Manchild.
Wow.
Rihanna, was that a dig
I
at me?
think it was,
That
Nate.
I just
Maybe.
clocked?
It's getting dirty on this episode. Oh my lord.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of getting dirty, I want to take you below ground into The Subway by Chappell Roan.
It's just another day. It's not all right till it's over. It's never over. It's just a
Chappell Roan is an artist that proves that a record can change everything. Rihanna, you spoke with Chappell Roan on the podcast back in December of 2023 after she had put out her debut album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest
Yes.
Princess. And she has released 3 singles since that album that are just sort of standalone independent works. She gave us Good Luck Babe, that really made her career. She gave us The Giver. We dedicated an entire episode to The Giver. I think it's an amazing turn towards country and a commentary on country. And now we have The Subway. And talk about commitment to her act. She debuts The Subway at Gov Ball, where she's dressed up as a New York City taxi cab, another form of public transit from New York City, if you're not aware, Nate Sloan. The Subway might not be her biggest song in your mind, but it is her highest charting single. It goes to number 3. It has this sort of Cardigans throwback sound with this giant digital reverb, the electric guitar arpeggios, these swirling acoustic guitars. But talk about a record. This is full of the sounds of the subway. Not only do we have the rolling, crazy, screeching rails of the New York City subway in it, the feeling of when the chorus arrives is that feeling of just that overwhelm of all the sound which is surrounding you, but the inner voice that you tune in on as you're trying to push out all of those surrounding sounds. In the case of the subway, Chappell is reflecting on catching the eye of somebody in the subway, an ex-lover, and I think that this song does such a great job of capturing that feeling of making connection on a subway. Speaking of connection, this song single-handedly increased tourism to Saskatchewan.
I made a promise if in 4 months this feeling ain't gone. Well, fuck this city. I'm moving to Saskatchewan. It's just a
In the outro, we get a Hey Jude style giant anthemic outro. She got away, repeated over and over again.
She's got away. She's got away. She's got away. She got away.
So here's the thing, Charlie. While I appreciate your argument, I do think there's a fundamental
Drag him.
problem here, which is the Subway is not nominated for Song of the Year. It's nominated for Record of the Year. And I hear you, what you're saying about this construction of everything, but I do think that if the Subway were to be nominated for Song of the Year, I would have gone with you. I think there's beautiful songwriting here. I think the turn of phrase of she got away to she's got away is gorgeous. I love the melodies. I love the way that it seems to pay fealty to Sixpence None the Richer and Natalie Merchant, who I love.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that it's more strong in the songwriting than the way it's produced. So unfortunately, I got to stick to my guns here and still go for Abracadabra for Record of the Year.
I think that the people did Disease wrong. That was a great song. Abracadabra, it's a throwback.
Charlie, quick fact check here. Business Insider says, after Roan released the song and the subsequent music video, not only did Saskatchewan see its first spike in U.S. Google Trends, but the province's tourism board has seen since 50,000 interactions with its social media accounts and webpage. That's not a tourism boom, my friend.
For Saskatchewan, it sounds like it might be.
No, you made it sound like everyone's, getting on the next flight, taking the L train to Saskatchewan all of a sudden.
I'm going and booking a flight right now.
I'm just saying, it's a little suspicious.
Sounds like we're stuck in our ways and no one's moving. Nate, are you moving?
I don't know. I am somewhat swayed by the Abracadabra case, but no, I'm sticking to my guns with Manchild on this one.
All right, so Reanna with 5, Nate with 1, and I'm riding the Subway alone. Okay.
All right.
Album of the year.
Looks like those 0
Okay.
points are getting to your head, Charlie.
Album
for
of the year,
redemption.
it turns out, is worth triple the points.
Oh,
Yeah.
The award of the night, album of the year, the one we have all been waiting for, folks. Again, we have a smattering of the same artists, but running through the records, we have Bad Bunny's Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Justin Bieber's Swag, Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend, Clips's Let God Sort 'Em Out, best title of the year, Lady Gaga's Mayhem, Kendrick Lamar's GNX, Leon Thomas's Mutt, and Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. This award is pretty self-explanatory. 4 words, album of the year. Nate, take it away.
there's a lot of good albums in this list, but there's only one that transformed the world we live in fundamental ways, and that's Kendrick Lamar's
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV
How
off,
many of
turn
these
the TV off.
albums created instantly recognizable memes? No, memes doesn't even do it justice. Mustard is something greater than a meme. It is a moment in time that will forevermore be connected to the mid 2020s. You're going to be able to scream that at a party, 50 years from now, and everyone's going to be like, yes, it still slaps. We already talked about Luther. This song has been ubiquitous on the Billboard charts since its release. It is an unstoppable force unto itself. Then we've got tracks like Squabble Up, which were massive hits as well.
The pad. Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Some kind of deeper cuts that I'm partial to, like Reincarnated, which tells the story of a juke joint performer moving through a continuum of African-American sound.
My present life is Kendrick Lamar, a rapper looking at the lyrics to keep you in awe. The only factor I respected was raising the bar. My instincts sent material straight to the charts.
And yeah, you mentioned Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Charlie, what about Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl? That was one of the best performances I've ever seen. He actually
Brilliant.
not only changed the sound of American culture, he changed the look of American culture. He brought back flared jeans. Never thought that could be done. I know Not Like Us is not on this album, but it's kind of in the orbit, right? Like this artist changed the game. He needs to be recognized. GNX is album of the year.
Charlie, what do you got?
I mean, how do you have an album any bigger than one called Swag? By releasing Swag 2, I think album of the year could go to Justin Bieber's Swag. I mean, you got to give it to him. Like, he has a long career at this point. One that has had a lot of trials and tribulations, right? And he comes out with Swag, which is a total reinvention. And he really shows that he is driving the sound of commercial R&B in a different direction, often by curating amazing sounds, working with producers like Dijon, Daniel Caesar, McGee. He's got great features from Gunna, Sexy Red, Lil B. This album, it has a vibe. It has swag. It sounds so consistent. Like, it's one of those albums that people will go back to and be like, oh, that was that was sort of like the point where this sound became a thing. Let's listen to the first song, All I Can Take. It's a very retro futurist sound. The retro DX7 electronic keyboard, digital sounds, the beats, and even the vocal styling obviously remind us of the great tracks by the 80s Jacksons. Like, it reminds us of so much from the past, but at the same time it feels so present. It's not clean and hi-fi, but it sounds somehow like he made it in a bedroom, even though he's like a multimillionaire producer, artist who could record in the best places in the world. It feels very just like thrown out. This is exactly how I'm feeling at the moment of becoming a father, fighting the music business and the all the foibles of fame. He's broken up with Scooter Braun, his longtime business manager. Wow, swag. What an album. We are going to remember this as the year of swag.
All right. I will admit, All I Can Take was one of my top 5 most listened to songs of 2025. And while I do feel partial to Kendrick Lamar because I live in Los Angeles, I'm done sitting at the kids' table. And I'm going to go to the big guns here. I think there's only one choice for Album of the Year at this Grammys. And that's Bad Bunny's Debí Tirar Más Fotos. In its expansive approach and dedicated perspective to the Puerto Rican people and Puerto Rican music as a whole, it's an instant classic record. One that manages to embody the Puerto Rican spirit and take the folkloric sounds that founded Puerto Rican music to the top of the charts, while also serving as a vehicle for Bad Bunny to catapult to being the biggest star in the world. And looking at the way the album is constructed, the album as a whole, one of the producers on the record, Mag, said in an interview that the album is supposed to be something of a circle. One that starts in the Puerto Rican and Dominican communities of New York with a song like Nueva York. Then the album takes you down the coast to Brickell in Miami on a song like Voy a llevarte pa' PR.
Yo la conocí en Miami en Brickell. Ella sabe que aquí hay ticket. Quiere que yo se la aplique. Que pa' casa la trafique. Voy a llevarte pa' PR, mami, pa' que veas.
Then moves across the island in both its joys and its problems. We cross beaches, caseríos, and the mountains, culminating in the album's ideological centerpiece and condemnation of colonization, the track Lo que le pasó a Hawaii.
Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa. Quieren al barrio mío y que tus hijos se vayan.
After traversing the archipelago, the album ends on the track La Mudanza, which translates to The Move, where Bad Bunny starts a cappella describing his family history.
Benito, hijo de Benito, le decían Tito, el mayor de 6, trabajando desde chamaquito, guiando camiones como el pai y el abuelo.
And then moves into a celebration by the end of New Yorican salsa and home. And in line with its title, The Move, in its circular nature, represents a migration to the mainland with this New Yorican sound, where the conceptual cycle of displacement and migration starts all over again It's genius, high concept thinking, and its incorporation of several traditional genres like bomba, plena, and Hebrew music with this overall message against colonization and the gentrification of the island. I think it's a record that is going to have generational implications for Puerto Rico in the coming years. And I think if they don't award Album of the Year to Bad Bunny this year, it's an error on par with Harry Styles winning for Harry's House over Renaissance.
I just want to point out, I was the creator of the point system, and this whole game, this final round, 3 points each, potentially. Nate, you've got 1 point. Rihanna has 5 points. I currently have 0 points. So it's possible that anybody could win, but you did use the word archipelago and acapella in the same sentence.
Let's go.
And the fabulous songwriting embedded in your argument. I have to award you my 3 points.
Thank you.
It's absolutely going to be the album of the year. Nate?
Here's the thing. I made a passionate case for the importance and significance of Kendrick's album, but the album that I listened to the most this year was DTMF. So yeah, I'm going with
Wow.
Rihanna too.
Rihanna, 14 points. Nate, 1 point. I had a really fun time, everybody. This has been an amazing experience.
You know, I was against the point system, but now it's worked out in my favors.
Yeah, right. Actually, they're
Awesome.
you're like Sondheim. I don't believe in it, but it's nice to win one. Here's another bet I'm interested in. The Golden Globes happened recently, and I think hardly anyone talked about anything happening in the world in the United States. The fascist takeover of our government, ICE agents wreaking havoc on our communities, becoming the administration's secret police. Will people at the Grammys address this in their performances and their acceptance speeches? That's something I'm very curious to watch when this ceremony is televised.
I would love to see that personally. I have a lot of faith in someone like Bad Bunny if he picks up any awards. But only one way to find out, folks. The Grammys are on February 1st, and may the best pop take home the phonographs. Is that what they are? Phonographs?
I think it's a phonograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.